Hello, everyone. Don't judge me. First of all, I would like to thank you all for singing Happy Birthday to a complete stranger.
Yeah.
I appreciate it, even if you don't mean it. Yeah. So, Zombie Kitty, I'm going to tell you about the story about how my boyfriend Bryce didn't have faith that I could bring a cat back from the dead. So, yeah, get ready. So, we were celebrating our 2-year anniversary. We were coming back from our hotel getaway, which was awesome. And we had driven separate cars for some reason, I don't remember why. But Bryce was in the car ahead of me, I was in my truck behind, we're driving down our alleyway. And we pull into the driveway, I start unloading all my shit. Bryce hops out of his car, he's like, "Did you see the dead kitty in the alleyway?" And I said, "Oh, no, I didn't see the dead kitty." So he's like, "Oh yeah, there's a dead kitty in the alleyway." And I'm like, "Oh shit, I'm gonna go poke it." And I know that you guys don't know me, but I work with horses for a living, so a dead kitty is nothing. You know, I pick horse shit out of horses' feet for a living, so dead kitty's nothing. So I drop all my stuff, start walking down the alleyway, and I'm gonna go poke this kitty. And Bryce is like, "What the hell are you doing? Don't do that, blah, 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 blah." As I'm walking down the alleyway, he's still muttering and blah, blah, blah. So I find the dead kitty, and I lean down, and I start, poking this thing. And this is October. It's not that cold, but it's still kind of cold. And so I'm like, "Oh, that's weird. She's not even hard yet, It's still soft." So then while I'm poking this cat, she takes a breath. And I'm like, "Oh my God, it's still alive." So I grab up this kitty, and I go running down the alleyway. And Bryce is like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, "It's alive!" He's like, "Put that damn thing down, So I run in the house, and I get a blanket, I get my heaty pad plugged in, and I get all this warm water, and I'm just shoving it down her throat. And she wasn't dead, but she was, on death's door. So, the water, was just running out of the side of her face. She wasn't swallowing anything, it was just running out of her face. So Bryce comes in carrying all of our crap. And he's like, "Put that thing back in the alleyway, and that thing's gonna die, and I don't wanna be around when it dies," and, So I got into it with Bryce a little bit. I'm like, "You need to go to Walmart and buy milk replacer for this kitten." And he's like, "I'm not gonna go to Walmart to buy a milk replacer for a cat that's gonna die anyways," and blah, 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 blah. So eventually we go back and forth, and I just yell at him, like, "Just go to fucking Walmart right now." And, so Bryce went to Walmart, because I told him to. And he got the milk replacer for the kitty. And so while he was gone, I was pumping warm water into the cat, and he comes back, and I replace the warm water with formula, start pumping that into her, and eventually we end up on the couch watching Netflix like Law & Order SVU, like everybody does. And I got this stupid cat on my lap that I don't even know if it's dead or alive. I'm just going to town. Bryce is off doing whatever he wants to do because he doesn't want to be around when the cat dies. And he comes back into the room, and he's like, "Is that thing dead yet?" And I was like, "I don't know." So I snap my fingers in front of her face, and this thing just shoots back. And her eyes go all dilated, and I was like, "Oh my God, I just killed the cat," Anyways, after that, she started drinking up the formula like crazy. And after she drank a whole bowl full, my lap was on fire from this heaty pad, by the way, holy shit, and you just touch her, and she was ice cold. But long story short, after a few hours, she started running around like nothing happened. She fit in the size of your hand, she was just tiny. And now she weighs about 15 pounds. This is 4 years later, And we have her on a diet. So it's a work in progress, for sure. We originally called her Zombie Kitty. That was my title. Bryce also called her the Undead Cat, or Undead Kitty. We named her Allie because we found her in the alleyway. But the main name we call her is Kitty. But we also call her Princess, the Queen, and my personal favorite, Shamu. So Yeah, I brought a dead cat back from the life, and Bryce didn't think I could do it, so the end.